Hey all, it's me, Peppermint, actor, New York gal, drag entertainer, and tea aficionado. And I am so excited to be here in Dumbo at the Museum of Food and Drink, aka MOFAD, right here in the Cookbook corner. Listen, one thing that I love is community and being able to come together, especially when you talk about cookbooks and the stories that lie behind the pages, lie in between the stories and in between the recipes is really, really interesting. And, we think of cookbook as maybe creating cookbooks as an opportunity to learn about creating food for a holiday or family get-togethers. But the truth is, it's all about how to pass tradition in nutrition through culture and through literature. And one thing that is really important is the idea of a nutritious meal, no matter who you are, what your economic status is, or what you're able to do for yourself. And there's an organization that was created in the 80s called God's Love We Deliver, right in the height of the AIDS epidemic. AIDS patients who were stigmatized and oftentimes not even admitted into hospitals very early on were homebound and home-ridden and not able to provide food or cook for themselves. 25 years later, they are now providing hundreds of thousands of meals to hundreds of thousands of people, I think maybe even millions, in the tri-state area. People with terminal illnesses, everything from cancer to obviously HIV and beyond. People who cannot cook for themselves or just need a delicious and nutritious meals. And all the meals are nutritiously tailored. I've been volunteering God's Love We Deliver for years. They have a cookbook. Didn't even know about it. And so that is exciting to read. Food is a story. It's a story of culture. It's a story of immigration. It's a story of assimilation. Sometimes it's a story of oppression. Everybody eat. But what they eat, how they eat, when they eat, what they used to eat, what they used to cook with, that tells a story of history and also the future. So look, one of my favorite things here is all about the American family cookbook, American culture, American cooking, because what is American? It's like a collection of all of us who are very different, certainly coming from all different types of backgrounds, all different countries, all different cultures. So this American family cookbook, it's from the 70s, clearly. But one of the things that I found really interesting was no, I didn't rip this at you like that, was their section on Johnny cakes. Now, Johnny cakes I was like, what are Johnny cakes? Johnny cakes they're actually something I've heard of, also called hoe cakes. And in the South, they're more known as hoe cakes. In the North, Johnny cakes. And they are made basically cornbread pancakes, essentially. It's in the American cook, but it's really interesting because this is a Native American recipe originally. It's interesting to see how corn, which is predominantly here in America, North America, was utilized by the First Nation folks and the indigenous Americans, all the way through enslaved Africans who were here in the South, cooking on griddles and hoe cakes, and then how it makes its way up north. Johnny cakes, hoe cakes, nonetheless, American. We have shuck beans, stacked cakes, and honest fried chicken. I think I want the deceptive fried chicken. This is a cookbook about Southern American cooking. And it's really interesting. This is not a soul food cookbook, clearly. But it's all country songs, which is really interesting. A very American music style. All of them happen to be white folks in this. It might give us a hint on some of the recipes that are in here. Let's look for macaroni and cheese. Macaroni and cheese, macaroni and cheese. Macaroni salad is the macaroni and cheese representation. Gosh, some folks just love to mess up a good thing, don't they? Okay, so there's no macaroni and cheese in the Southern American cookbook. Y'all, we have the ethnic cuisine, how to create authentic flavors of over 30 international cuisines. And I really think it's interesting, what the definition of ethnic is, especially from the perspective of somebody who's American. Does it mean from another country? Does it mean the contributions of that culture in America? Are you ethnic once you're here? Who knows? One of the things that caught my eye next to the tandoori chicken was the codfish in coconut curry in the Indian section. I have a really close connection to India. I've been there several times. One fun fact that I was really interested to learn is the color blue only originates and only exists naturally in indigo, which is specifically from India. Indigo is the only naturally occurring blue in the world. And I love that. We're not going to eat that. But then I started thinking about like herbs and dyes and brews and potions. Some really interesting things in here. You can't have a book of brews and potions without having a love potion. To gain the flavors of elixir, take 1.5 ounces of candied sugar. I mean, that's it. You got my favor from bringing some candy, and then with a pestle and mortar that has never been used before, grind it into a coarse powder, and then say abracadabra. I mean, listen, you got me at sugar. You had me at hello, you had me at sugar. Thinking of like herbs, dyes, all these, it makes me think about tea. I'm really interested in tea. I've always been a tea drinker, but I really dove deep into tea most recently because I'm going to be launching my own tea right here in New York City. So you have to keep your eyes peeled for that. So I need to learn about tea. So let's take a look at what books we found about tea. Here we have a book called Breakfast, Lunch, and Tea. There's a whole culture around tea. The food, the socialization, like you can socialize with people, gab and gossip and all those different things. It's also having tea. This is, again, more into the culture of tea, what you can have during tea, and also some of the beautiful tea settings and places that you can have. The perfect pot of tea. I'll be serving tea. Jane Pettigrew's Tea Time. I just want to be invited by Jane Pettigrew, I think. I don't really know who she is, but it sounds like it'd be cute. Ginseng, lemon blossom, rosehip, rosemary, and sage. Delicious. Tea can do a lot. You can add tea to relax you, tea to invigorate you, tea to calm you and help you go to sleep. I mean, it's an elixir, I think. The New York Book of Tea. The book has one little section that I really love, a civilized sip. Right off the bat, civilized. And I think it's really interesting, the word civilized in many contexts. I kind of raised my eyebrow, my manicured eyebrow a bit. But drinking tea is something that happens over different cultures, over internationally, all over the world. And they kind of go all the way through where to take tea, where not to. Like, don't tell me where I can drink some tea. I am going to drink it right here, right now. Listen, I'm just really grateful that I can come to a place that has a cookbook corner and read about everything from tea to potions to really bad macaroni and cheese salad with way too much mayonnaise and things like God's Love We Deliver. And I can't think of a place that I could do that in this way other than at the Museum of Food and Drink. And so if you're interested in learning about them, please, please, please support them, because places like this are disappearing. Lack of funding, lack of support, and we want to keep places like this expanding so that we can capture our knowledge, our history, our food choices, and so much more. My name is Peppermint. Keep your eyes peeled for my fabulous tea called Peppermint's Transcendence. You can follow me, Peppermint247, and I will see you at the museum.